Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Tony here, and I am back at Disney Springs. Can you believe it? Been closed for 2 months and we are back. Today's date is May 20th. Oh, this is gonna be such a good time. I'm currently here in the orange garage parking lot and you can see it is very bare right now. But right up here, we'll get a closer look, is where they have a bunch of guardrails right now because you'll be going through that other side to get your temperature check. It feels incredibly weird to be saying today that I was going back to Disney World property. This is gonna be amazing. See the barriers here, because this is the pathway you will have to walk to go get your temperature checks. Hello, how are you? And then here, right away we have a COVID-19 warning. And as you can see here in the warning, they have their disclaimer. By visiting Walt Disney World, you voluntarily assume all risks related to exposure to COVID-19. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, how are you? Great, how are you? Very good, thank you. That was very, very interesting. So the time is 8:42. Disney Springs opens up at 10 a.m. Okay, 10 a.m. However, I was just walking very casually, showing you that area where you would get your temperature checks, right? So I assumed, and I think everybody else assumed as well, that maybe 9:30, 10 a.m. you could do your temperature check. That's when they would start letting people in. That is not the case. At 8:42, I was just walking, you know, not filming, you know, a little bit, just kind of walking. I was gonna walk back out and they said, hey, step right here on your 6 feet. I said, okay. And she goes, I'm gonna take your temperature. Okay, you're good to go, welcome back. So, Disney Springs opens at 10. The head temperature, like, they probably started at like 8:30 in the morning. So you can at least do that and walk around. But the shops, some of the restaurants, and other little things will open around 10 o'clock. And we're here, we're down the escalators. Oh my goodness, Planet Hollywood. Coca-Cola. Oh, this is gonna be a great day. Oh man, it's wild to see like hardly anybody here, because it's not officially like open yet, but you can walk freely and this is just amazing. We have another one of the important notices here, health and safety reminders for your safety and the safety of other guests and cast members. Wear a face mask, it is mandatory. Maintain physical distance 6 feet. Wash your hands often with soap and water or with alcohol-based sanitizer. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. So they have plenty of these all over the place. Now I want to make note too, while getting your temperature checked, not all cast members are doing those temperature checks. It's not all the security, it's not all some of the cast members. Since Disney is partnered with Advent Health Hospital, they have called down some of their medical team at Advent Health to come down and help with those temperature checks. I don't think I mentioned earlier, I want to mention now, since Disney Springs is open, it's not 100% open, okay? It's only the third parties right now, which actually takes up the majority of Disney Springs, but you won't have any of your Disney stores opening at the moment, such as like the Disney Co-op store or the World of Disney and some of the Disney-owned restaurants here at Disney Springs. Those will open next week on May 27th, where Disney Springs will 100% be open. We got some of the construction workers out here getting things going. I didn't even take notice, but right outside of Morimoto, we do have these new in place, please stand here for your 6 feet rulings. Just right outside of Morimoto here, we have for your safety still more signs. Maintain that 6 feet rule, and right next to it, hands-free sanitizing station. Oh, it's the foam. That's okay. Hello, how are you? Hey there. As you see, this group of people here with the lighting and everything and just a gathering right here. Josh Amaro is here to welcome everybody back. Had like a split, probably 30-second conversation with him, and he is just all smiles. He's happy, he's very nice, welcoming me back, and everybody he comes across. I love Josh Amaro, and congratulations on the promotion, my friend. Morning, good morning. You can see here right on the bridge, right? We're on the bridge and they have arrows, okay? So technically I'm walking the wrong way because I'm showing you this, guys. But they have arrows going this way, so we have a nice unison going right up. And then on the other side, which is the way I'm walking, we have arrows pointing this way to help keep with that 6 feet distancing here. It's a nice little safety measure. So I also want to make note, just for instance, because right now we're outside the Galactic Outpost here at Star Wars. So for instance, if you were lining up to go into the store, you stand right behind here, okay? They're gonna have I think 25 or 50%, I'm not sure. We'll find that out a little bit later once they are open. So you would go in here. Now, no longer can you use both double doors to go in. This is an entrance only, and this one here is an exit only. So no more going into whichever door that you find that is open. One's gonna always lead in, one's gonna lead out. As we're just passing AMC, we have more of these construction walls here. But because this is not a wide space at the moment, we have more of these markings of which direction you should walk. Coming down to AMC side on your left-hand side, should be on that side. Walking away from it on your right. Heading back towards the heart of Disney Springs, you follow this way. Heading up the chicken guy right now. I did notice there are some signs here that I just want to notice. Okay, chicken served the safe way. Pretty much this is going over here is just a way that the family, employees, and guests to the community can help feel safe, and little things to do for our employees, for our guests here. And then on the other side, we strive to protect you and our guests as well as team members. Thank you for helping us practice. Going for that 6 foot. And then we have here on their window, your health and the health of our team members is important to us. If you have any of these symptoms, please do not enter. If you have a cough, shortness of breath, fever, sore throat, or chills. Other flu-like symptoms including headache, muscle pain, recent loss of taste or smell, they do not want you to enter. And there she is, World of Disney, but that is not open today. That'll be open next week on May 27th. But if you take note, just right outside of World of Disney, we have all these new markers here. So this is kind of confusing to me in a sense. So they don't want you to stand on this big space here. They want you to stand in between them. Now normally, typically, as we all know, not just us, but pretty much everybody, when you see, even though this has a shoe print with a line going through it, but when we see a sign like this, we think automatically we are supposed to stand there. But they're doing it kind of the way Shanghai Disneyland is doing it, and you stand in between these markers, which can get rather confusing at first. Oh, I think that's why they made it so big. Oh yeah, heck yeah, Starbucks is open. Time to go get that coffee. Please stand behind this line, because there's someone ordering right there. So after you place your order here, you go to the right-hand side where you have to please stand here, just kind of behind this area. And the gentleman here who works here, he will bring your order and place it on the table here by calling your name, and you just pick it up and on your way you go. And as any Starbucks, you can mobile order this as well.
This is your coffee frappuccino.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You have a great day.
You too.
Welcome back.
I got my coffee. Well, that was painless and very, very easy. So far, so good on this trip. As you can see here, that is a helo, a helicopter. Yes, just like we saw at Universal Studios. I thought that was media, but it was part of a group that works with the CDC. This is that same type of people here, just keeping an eye on things, making sure people are standing their grounds, different sections apart. Just hanging out, making sure everybody is safe. All right, I already just noticed crossing this bridge here, heading over to the Paddlefish area, there are no arrows like the other bridges that we've seen that say, you know, walk this way and walk that way. That's interesting. I'm standing right next to BB Wolf here, the sausage company, and I noticed they have a hand washing station here. Got yourself a little pump. Yeah, buddy. Soap and your towels. That's awesome. See right outside the bakery here, we got some people already lined up, ready to go. As you can see, they're using that 6 feet rolling right there. As you can see, we have a nice line of people here waiting outside of Geoffreys, just waiting to line up. And you can see all those 6 markers are in place and people are abiding by them. This is awesome. People are being safe. Oh, the Boathouse, our favorite restaurant on Disney property, period. Right here next to the Boathouse, we have all the cars, obviously, the boat cars, if you will, but they have these signs here. Once again, a little confusing, not really, because once you see signs a little bit of a distance, you're like, oh, I should stand there. But they have these 3 here. You can stand right in the middle of them, and then another 3 spacing, and then you can stand again. So don't stand there, stand right here and just take it in. So I noticed, looking around at all of these like 80% non-Disney restaurants and stores, they are all opening at different times, so their hours are very reduced. Some are opening up at 10, some are 11, some are 12 o'clock, you know, noon. So when you come here, please know that. So check the signage on those doors or go to the Disney Springs website or the My Disney Experience app so you know what stores and what restaurants will be open at what time. So that was very random, but I liked it. I was walking past the bar that's not open currently at the moment, but will open later today. And as I was walking by, I was like, oh, they're playing a little punk rock music. They're playing a little Rancid. Heard the song Time Bomb. Since when did Disney Springs start playing punk rock music? Thumbs up to that, man. Now, since I'm just sitting here hanging out at the moment, I figured I'd just go over all the different restaurants and retail shops that are open today, May 20th and on. Four Rivers Cantina, the Anthropology, the Art Corner of Artistic Talent Group, Basin, Blaze Pizza, which I love, the Boathouse, favorite restaurant on Disney property, hands down, Chappelle Hats, which is actually my favorite store at Disney Springs besides Disney Co-op. So that's my favorite non-Disney store. Chicken Guy is open, Columbia Sportswear, Crystal Arts, Earl of Sandwich, the Fine Eyewear, Lucky Brand, you know, and the list goes on and on and on. Wolfgang Puck, you know, like I said, Disney Springs, 80% of it, maybe even, yeah, I'd say about 80% is third-party shops, non-Disney. So when people say, you know, I'm not gonna come to Disney Springs because nothing is open, well, actually, like 80% of it actually is. You know, if you're just worried about the not enough open part of it, taking the fear out of it, just going by what's open and what's not. So on May 27th, that other 20% that is Disney owned will actually be open. So that'll be the 100% opening of Disney Springs. Now I must say too, I want to point out there are a lot of people here at Disney Springs. However, the footage that you've seen on this video so far doesn't really show that. It seems very empty. It's because obviously Disney Springs is that big that you're not really running into people, walking too close to them. Now you might have sometimes, like I did maybe twice in my walking, that I got maybe like a foot from people. Maybe even a couple inches. I'm not sure what it really was, but it is very distant. All right, that's gonna do it for me today here at Disney Springs. Man, that was a lot of fun. Able to just get out of the house and do some things was amazing. As I said, there was a lot of people here, but you didn't really know it because Disney Springs is that huge. And as I said, 80% of Disney Springs is open because of those third-party restaurants and retailers. Now, some people may ask, how was it being outside in the heat? Because it was about, you know, I'd say about 87 degrees this morning. How was it wearing the mask? A mask is mandatory, so you have to wear them if you want to come here. It wasn't that bad. You know, there were some, I think maybe once or twice, I pulled down the mask for like 5 seconds, just the nose section, just so I could breathe. But other than that, it wasn't terrible. A little sweaty on the lip, you know, something like that, but it wasn't unbearable. Now the question remains, how will it be come those hotter summer months like July and August? We will keep posted on all those things as well. We will be back next week when Disney Springs opens up 100%. So we can see what's going on in those Disney stores such as World of Disney, the Disney Co-op store, and so on and so forth. It's gonna be very exciting because we wanna know what the Disney merchandise is, you know? We wanna know. We'll see you next time, guys. Vlog finito.